it is probably safest to assume that until this is all properly regulated, anyone you see promoting a product is probably being paid for it and potentially a lot of money. And that may well affect how much you then trust that person going forward. And just to be clear, I have never accepted compensation for anything on this show. But having seen how much money is involved here, we've actually been doing something all year long that surprisingly no one has noticed. And frankly, it is now payoff time. Because I've been quietly engaging in advertising so undisclosed, even the advertiser doesn't know about it. I'm talking about the Church of Scientology. Without their knowledge or permission, I've been plugging them influencer style since February. Sometimes it's been subtle. In our show on Guardianship, we snuck a Scientology symbol into this logo of a federal agency we invented. And back in May, when I was packing the show up, one of the items was the book Dianetics. Then there was the time that we put L. Ron Hubbard's name on screen for no good reason whatsoever. In fact, for half the year, the Scientology Celebrity Centre has been one of the buildings in our backdrop. Incidentally, Dragonstone, one of the castles from Game of Thrones, is back there too. But that's been there since the start of the show. Which building has contained more torture and cruelty? It's genuinely hard to say. And honestly, there is stuff that I expected someone to notice. I've repeatedly mentioned prominent Scientologists and then vigorously defended them. I don't blame him for anything there. He's got a good head on his shoulders. You stay clear, Tommy. Stay clear, my boy. If somebody approaches you, don't tell them you're being paid. Which are, and this is true, word for word, the vows in a traditional Scientology wedding. Now, it's beautiful. They're beautiful vows, and you should go. That is the type of crowd reaction that you'd expect to hear if the WWE Championship was suddenly won by Beck. Which is totally plausible, by the way. The guy's a Scientologist, and they give you superpowers. It's not just a religion, it's a set of principles to help you understand and improve your life, and maybe fly. Just look into it. That's all I'm compelling you sincerely. That was a bit weird, right? Did you not think that was weird? And I know you might be thinking, well, come on, John, that really wasn't obvious enough. To be really obvious, you'd have to stand next to a volcano like the one on the cover of Dianetics and mention Lord Xenu. Well, may I remind you, back on our second show, how our Italian election piece ended. That's our show. Xenu next week. Good night. Xenu next week? Xenu next week. We thought the game would be up then. We honestly thought we'd gone too hard too early. And that's only some of them. We've been doing this shit all year. And now it is time to collect. So to the head of Scientology, David Miscavige. First, love to Shelley. Second, you owe me. I've looked into this, and apparently Rock the Dwayne Johnson makes around $650,000 for a sponsored post, and I'm worth one Rock post at least. So I will take $650,000 now, please. I know you have the money. John Travolta probably gave you a lot of his. And if you, Scientology, are going to tell me that's ridiculous, you can't pretend you conferred some unprovable benefit on us, then shake us down for huge amounts of money just because of your tenuous proximity to show business. Let me just say, you're being a real SP about this shit. And the price just went up to $700,000. That is our show. Thank you so much for watching.